Hello, Wrexham fans. How are you? I hope you're doing well. And look, today we have excellent news for Wrexham AFC, involving a star player in the squad. So stay with me until the end because I'll tell you everything and more. But first, subscribe to the channel, like it, and activate the bell to receive all the latest news from the Red Dragons. Now, let's get to the video. This past summer was a historic one for Wrexham. It was simply the biggest in the club's history in terms of money invested in signings, and one of the biggest ever seen in the entire championship. To give you an idea, Wrexham spent almost £40 million on reinforcements, including add-ons. This is the largest amount ever invested by a championship team not directly from the Premier League. There were 13 new signings this summer, but at the same time, 21 players left the club, including sales, loans, and releases. In other words, a squad that is constantly being reshaped to continue this meteoric rise. And speaking of rise, if this trajectory continues, you can be sure we'll see many more big transfer windows like this one. Matty James makes important revelation about Wrexham's future. On the final day of the transfer window, Wrexham brought in Ben Sheaf, Issa Kabor, and Dom Hyam, further bolstering Phil Parkinson's squad, which now appears to have a strong enough group to even dream of an unprecedented fourth consecutive promotion. But, with so many new arrivals, questions also arise about who might be leaving soon. And one of those names is Matty James. At 34, in the final year of his contract at Racecourse, he could be one of the players who doesn't stay next summer. And James himself opened up. In an interview with Leader Live, the new captain and undisputed starter said, "I want to prove I can still play in the championship. That's been my biggest motivation since leaving Bristol City. I'm 34 years old and I want to help the team, win another contract, and continue enjoying football and this incredible club." In other words, he's focused, motivated, and willing to give his all to stay at Wrexham. Phil Parkinson now has an important decision to make. Just as he's had to be tough on idols like Paul Mullen and Ollie Palmer in the past, he may have to do the same with Matty James next summer. Everything will depend on the team's performance and what the club achieves this season. James has already made it clear he wants to stay, but the ball is in the manager's court. If Wrexham secures promotion, that could change. If not, there's still a chance he could earn at least another year on his contract. And this weekend, against QPR at 3 p.m., Matty James will have another opportunity to prove his worth on the field. What about you, fan? Do you think Matty James deserves to renew his contract and stay at the club, or is it time to make room for the new generation? Leave your opinion in the comments because I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for sticking with me this far. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with that friend who follows every step of Wrexham's journey. See you next time.